In this video, I'm going to go ahead and review the Webflow native AI site builder, and I'm going to give you my honest thoughts and opinions. And starting with the honest thoughts, I actually genuinely recorded a video already with my genuine reaction, first time using Webflow AI. Unfortunately, I did not record the screen recording, it just had my audio. So this won't be my genuine reaction. This is actually my second time reaction. So let's go ahead and dive in this together. So right now in Webflow, I'm going to go ahead and hit new project, then hit site. Then it goes ahead and says select a way to get started, either AI site builder, template, or just blank site if you're a pro Webflow developer. But of course, in this video, we're going to go ahead and hit AI site builder. I'm going to see what all the fuss is about, because AI has been a really trending topic in my opinion. And sometimes we sit here and we get scared of the future, to be honest, like is AI going to take over my career, etc. But we'll see, okay? So obviously with AI, there's no point pretending. It's all about prompting and re-prompting. So I'm not gonna, prompt something really, really detailed. I'm just gonna type in something very basic just so we can see the overview. So in this case, I'll say, I have a personal trainer business in Sydney, Australia. I want a simple 4-page website, home, contact me, pricing, and blog CMS page. Technically that's like 2 pages, but whatever. The look and feel I want is super premium. That's it. Like I didn't give anything else. So I'll say, color scheme to be orange. That's it. Now I'll go ahead and hit generate, and this will go ahead and structure the site. And guess what? What does this UI look like? This UI literally looks like Reloom. I've created a Reloom video in the past talking about Reloom AI, but this whole interface is literally Reloom. I don't know the difference. Obviously, it's like dark theme to match Webflow, and I don't know, man. I don't know if Reloom and Webflow has met behind closed doors and got a secret cut of this specific AI functionality. Most likely, I don't know though, I'm speculating. But yeah, so you can see it spat out each of the page, which is exactly what I wanted. Home, contact, pricing, and blog. And what I also like about it is it's gone ahead and spit out the suggestions of each section. So automatically, this is great for just rapid wireframe, just straight away. It's very useful. So you'll notice navigation, hero section, logos, featured section, testimonials, content feed, FAQs and contact form, and then a footer. You notice the footer and the nav bar is in green, which is a reusable component. So pretty cool stuff. Obviously, we can rearrange things by just moving it around. We can hit this plus button to add a new section, and also we can rename the pages and all that good stuff. So that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and hit generate site because I think this is pretty good. And this will go ahead and generate it. I'll go ahead and skip forward and let you know how long this took. All right, cool. So that took about 1 to 2 minutes. Wasn't that bad. Here it is, guys. Let's go ahead and just zoom in. Like immediately I'm thinking that this is just all a bunch of reusable libraries that Webflow AI has in the backend, and it just goes ahead and swaps out everything into what you're seeing. Obviously, I did not prompt it that well, but here it is. In my opinion, this is like if you're offering like a very small client, like a mom and pop shop, perhaps you can just get away with just using this. But obviously as a mid-level or senior level Webflow developer, charging, I don't know, like 5 to 10K USD per website, I don't think this is not going to pass. You know what I mean? Stuff is there. You notice I did ask for a pricing page. It is there. It has this really nice pricing table and it has all this section. You notice this is a tab component right here, and that's pretty cool. What you could do is hit edit right here, and you can go ahead and edit everything like with themes. So you can go ahead and just move it around. Like let's say, go ahead and just change the theme for you. It seems to be like a really nice color palette scheme. Of course, we can hit this edit button and edit even more. A lot of things have been built in the backend by Webflow, but you can tell it's still limited. But it's very user-friendly, you know what I mean? Like if you want a website really fast and you don't really care what it looks like that much, like this is not bad. This is like Squarespace templates, that's how I see it. You'll notice with the animations, we can even change it. That's really cool. So maybe you can do the pop-in animation and you can change it to scale in. That's pretty cool, right? Like, so Webflow has just streamlined all the animations to essentially 4 options. 1 for none, if you don't want any animations. Very easy, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to build all this animation, you click in each box and then, apply it to the class, for example. Or if you don't want to apply the class, you do it manually. So that's pretty cool. If we go back, you notice we have typography right here. We can go ahead and click into it, and it's automatically, what it seems is it's gone ahead and just giving you some suggestion of some fonts. Pixeli, Sans, IBN, Plex, Mono. I'm assuming these are all free fonts. Definitely Roberto Slab and Poppins is a free Google font, but these are paired well. And you'll notice it has different genres like sans serif, mixed, creative. So go ahead and just change it to a creative one right here. Wow, cool. Let's go back. We can also change the sections right here to be different color schemes. Wow, it's actually different color schemes, yellow, white. So this is interesting. And we can also put accent color. So this gives you a lot of options, to be very frank. And going back down, we can change the images, the buttons right here. Let's go ahead and check what we can do here. We can change the roundness to be just a corner shape by just clicking one button. We can also change it to be semi-rounded or really rounded right here, large, by just clicking that. And it's gone ahead and just generated that, really should. And that's pretty much all the themings that you can change, which is really cool. You can also do a bunch of other stuff. But you'll notice in the actual pages right here, we can change between different responsiveness we normally do. And this is looking very easy to edit. Already in mobile portrait, I already see that this pricing table is not even responsive. So it's just failed. That's the reality. Like I'm not trolling anyone. What happened here? This should be stacked vertically. How do we even fix this? And if you even know Webflow and you're just using AI to make a website, how would you even know how to fix this? Like, would you just reprompt it? You know what I mean? It's very confusing. But once that's done, we can go ahead and change to different pages. Let's go and take a look at the home page right here. And let's just check it in desktop. Not bad. Another thing I really like is that it's actually generated a logo placeholder. So that's pretty cool. Again, I'm very sure that's just a bunch of icon libraries and then just the text. That's it. So here are some drop downs, which is pretty complicated. Like this is like a mega menu right here. And obviously if you want to make it so that your mouse hovers over this mega menu and then it actually drops down, how do you do that? You know what I mean? But anyways, here it is. If you want to change something, you can go ahead and hit edit or replace section right here. You can go ahead and swap the styles. You can move this down. So that's how you change sections. And that's pretty much it, right? Like it's pretty basic. You can't really edit that much stuff besides like the background color, the text, the font. I guess you can change a lot, but you can't really change the layout unless you want to auto generate a new layout. So let's quickly go back to all pages and we'll go ahead and hit continue building. And the great thing about this is this actually translates it into an actual Webflow site. So this is very impressive. So as you can see right here, it's done. This is my Webflow site. Obviously, if you don't know Webflow, you're gonna be mega confused. Obviously, like you're gonna be like, what are all these buttons? But it's built. You know, it's built using certain code, CSS classes like section. That's great. I do that as well. Container right here. That's great. You'll notice Webflow doesn't use the actual container that they provide. Container, which I explained in my course. It doesn't allow you to change the width, but they actually use a div block. But if we go to settings right here, they didn't even change the tag to be like something appropriate. Fine. If we hit section, at least that is a section. So I'm overthinking this, but you can see it's got really conventional class names like, you know, grid underscore 2 columns, because it is a 2-column grid. It's got a rich text right here. It's got structure, you know. I think that's what's impressive about this is because if you just auto generate something random like award-winning website, like what is the structure code? That's what I'm always concerned about. But there it is. So you'll notice on the right-hand side, you can go ahead and reprompt things. So for example, if I go back into this navigation, I can go ahead and say, you'll notice I select the nav right here. I can go ahead and say, I want the mega drop down menu to open on hover. And I'll go ahead and hit enter. And then I'll go ahead and think, and it'll go ahead and give me the results. Cool. And then it's gone ahead after like 30 seconds. It just gave me an answer, which someone has to read. And it looks like probably didn't do it. So let's go ahead and preview it. You'll notice with the nav, if I put my mouse over it, it just seemed like it gave me instruction on how to do it, you know? So obviously it's double clicking it, click this nav link, hit settings, and then go ahead and just tick open menu and hover. So it couldn't even do that, you know what I mean? Which is fine. I'm telling you guys the truth, you know, of where everything is at. It's spat out a website, which is great. Again, this is great for rapid prototyping. Perhaps you can get away with just selling this as the straight out website if you're just selling out, you know, to certain beginner clients, I guess you can call it that, or like a low budget client, like maybe like 500 USD, maybe 1000 USD max. But besides that, you know, it's very generic, very, very basic. You have to reprompt everything. And if you don't know Webflow and the interface, you're just very limited still. But still, this is a great stepping stone. You notice on the left-hand side, that is the theme button right here. So that's new. And if we go ahead and hit variables, everything is coded in a very uniform way. Give it that. So you can go ahead and hit colors and change your accent colors right here. Let's just say to like a blue, and then you can change your typography right here, which is really good. So super neat, like beyond, you know what I mean? This is like a style guide. And then sizes, it's all there. Interactions, it's all there. It even has a slider. So that's all there. But obviously, let's be very honest, like no one's gonna know how to do this. While it's still user friendly, it's pretty overwhelming, like the Webflow interface, you know? So you still have to learn Webflow to some extent. But that's essentially it, guys. That's all I want to show you. You can prompt stuff, you can re-prompt sections. Other cool things about AI, which I've already tried out, is you can go ahead and get AI to suggest you copy, obviously, in Webflow directly. And with the release of AI components, which I explained in my previous update video, you can go ahead and generate components using AI. So that's essentially it. But you cannot prompt Webflow to build you an award-winning website. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happens if you do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go hit new site. I'm gonna go ahead and hit AI site builder. And I actually have a prompt right here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste it. You'll notice the maximum character is 5,000. So I'll go ahead and just, delete a couple. And this is a very detailed prompt, which I'm not gonna read out, but you'll notice I put a lot of prompt in it. Essentially, I'm building a premium, ultra minimalistic, hyper polished e-commerce and marketing landing page. That's essentially it. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. And let's see if this is gonna make an ultra premium marketing site that's gonna win awards with 3 Ws. All right, so it spat out the wireframe. We'll go ahead and hit generate site. It's gonna go ahead and generate it. Okay, so that took about 1 minute. Let's go ahead and see what it spat out right here. So essentially, I wanted to build apple.com, but it's called Orange. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it has Orange Phone 17, Orange Phone 17 Pro, but we'll go ahead and just wait till it fully loads. All right, so it's just apparently loaded. And here it is. So not bad, honestly. This is a great starting point in terms of like the sections and where everything is. But you'll notice, like the logo, why is it top the line? And it's just supposed to be like a background image right here, potentially. It's pretty basic, it's pretty basic, but it's there. Everything's there, I guess. And like I said, again, I'm very sure this is done using like reusable components, but it's cool. Like this is like a masonry layout right here. Nothing too crazy, but the wireframe is there, which is great. Let's go ahead and hit building. And then the great thing about this Webflow AI is literally built in Webflow with a code structure, and we can go ahead and change it in different breakpoints, and it's all mobile responsive. So for example, if we preview this, you'll notice it has that nav bar where it has that drop down. I just noticed down is like, there's still stuff like you can't even read this. So there should have been like a white background here, So you'd have to re-prompt the AI, or if you're a Webflow engineer, you can go ahead and fix it yourself by, for example, selecting the class and changing the background color, for example, like that. So there's still bugs, obviously. You probably still need a Webflow developer to clean stuff up. And you'll notice, some of the responsiveness here is off, but it's there nevertheless. Is it anything like close to Apple? Not really. One other thing to point out is that it does try its best to generate AI images to support your point. And like I said, websites 50% images typically. So that's cool that there's actual relevant images. But that's essentially it, guys. I really want to show you this video. What do you guys think about Webflow AI? Leave your thoughts in the comment. Again, my thoughts are that it's really good that it's free now. It's part of Webflow ecosystem. It's probably only going to get better, but it's only good for like wireframe. And it's very similar to Reload. You can't really prompt it to make, award-winning websites with crazy interactions just yet. So the next video, I want to go ahead and make a walkthrough of connecting an MCP such as Claude. So Claude is like an AI generator, like ChatGPT and Gemini, and you can connect it to your Webflow project. And I want to see if that is going to make better websites using AI. So give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check out more of my videos right here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.